Today, we're going to talk about the news that came out late yesterday afternoon that the Trump administration announced that they're going to take a stake into Intel. Now, on TikTok, I've already pinned at the top in 3 videos that I did last year, starting literally a year ago, September 4th, saying that I believe that the government was going to take a stake in Intel. And the videos go on to state that I don't believe the government will allow Intel to remain by themselves, and two, allow one company to take them over. So this is only the first move, in my opinion, and the government will put in their stake into Intel, and then I believe a consortium of companies, between 4 and 6 of them, will come together and also put a stake into Intel to ensure that they can get chips. So if you look here, last September 9th, the stock was $19 September 4th, when I said that the government will take over Intel. And I'll admit that certainly there's been no information for the past year that would indicate that this would actually happen. And the other thing I'd like to say is this, and I say this in the 3 videos. If you look at Intel as a stock, which I've been looking at stocks for 50 years, there is no way, under any scenario, that anyone, for any reason, should buy Intel, period. Their financial problems are historic in nature. They themselves have said that they need $50 billion so that they can deliver the top end chips in the world. Investment, $50 billion. So this is just the beginning. And where some people have said, well, look at, you're right again. I was right on MP materials. I want to say this about this. This is all about the 5 factors. As I've said, I've been looking at stocks for over 50 years, and I never would have bought Intel. It's only when I started looking at the stock market in regards to the 5 factors. And the 5 factors are easy. As we deglobalize, we're going to want to, and we always say this, secure and control certain aspects of our economy. And that'll be food, energy, technology, Intel, okay, our demographics, and our security. Are we easy to attack? They're the 5 factors that every government in the world right now is solving for because deglobalization is over. Is it deglobalizing in one day? No. We believe, and we have stated so many times, this is going to be a minimum of a 15-year transition. So what do we care? Well, this is why we care. During this 15 years, we are going to find more and more things that we as a country are going to invest in. So one of the things that we came up with, the 5 factors, is that one, when something breaks, it's going to take time, 5 to 7 years to fix. And two, that to actually get it done, the government is going to have to invest in the process of getting us secure and control of whatever we're trying to control. So look at the rare earth minerals. When we came out with MP materials, first time it was $13. I just looked at it, I was shocked. It's $77, okay? It's our only rare earth mineral processor. They don't process nearly enough, not even remotely enough. And we believe that there are going to be multiple investments in this area. And we have published in our videos all the private and publicly traded companies that are in the rare earth mineral space. And there's multiple, they all do different things. I am not an expert on it. I am just saying that rare earth minerals is one of the things we have to solve for. Now, what about Intel? Intel, to me, was very, very easy. This is the question I asked myself a year ago. If, for whatever reason, doesn't matter, China one day goes in and takes over Taiwan or blows it up, or Taiwan agrees and joins China, whatever it is, that the ability of Taiwan to produce chips is limited or severely limited. Okay. And so then that raises the question, what would America's one and only fab plant that designs chips and manufactures them be worth the next day? Now, when that stock was 19, I think in one of the videos I said it's going to be worth between $200 and $300 a share. I don't care if it takes $50 billion to get their chips up. It doesn't matter. It's the only chip fab in North America. Period. End of story. You have to, this is the new world. You have to sit there and say, do we control it? Can we secure it? These are the questions that you have to ask when you're looking at stocks today if they're investable. Because think about it. Taiwan Semiconductor makes all the basic chips. They then sell them to NVIDIA. NVIDIA then adds their technology on top. Now it's chips and so forth, but you have to understand the basics are made by TSMC. So if TSMC is not here, we only have one company that can make that chip. Now, what I would say to you is, I believe Intel is extremely undervalued, okay? Not a little bit undervalued, extremely undervalued, given what it does and nobody else does it. What is it? Supply and demand, whatever you want to call it. This is what we're looking at. So when you look at the 5 factors and you start considering, where am I going to invest money for the future? We have to start really breaking it down and seeing what is in the best interest of the United States. Now, we also state in these videos that we also have this issue. The issue is this. We're highly indebted. The world is highly indebted. We're highly leveraged, beyond comprehension leveraged. We don't even want to think about it, okay? So all these things that we're going to break because of deglobalization are going to need vast quantities of money to invest in them. When you look at REM, I have no idea, but to me, it's going to be a minimum of 10 or 20 or $30 billion that we're going to invest over the next 5 or 6 years in this space. And when you look at Intel, they've already stated we need $50 billion. We know this. And we've already had like Qualcomm, Apple, all these people look at Intel, but guess what? The numbers are even too big for these big companies. So, thereby, one of the aspects, characteristics of the 5 factors is that the government will take positions in these companies and bring in other companies to invest. There's no other solution. If you have one, please put it in the comments and tell me. This morning I woke up and I was reading through X on the feeds, and almost every comment on Intel is, what's going on here? I thought we were capitalists and all this other stuff. So what are we supposed to do? Get rid of our one chip manufacturer? That's it? That's because it's quote unquote not capitalism? And look at rare earth minerals. There is no ROE. There is no ROI. None. Zero. There are no profits. That the government put in $110 minimum price we're going to pay is meaningless. It takes billions of dollars to build out REM. And we're going to do it. So, when you're looking at the markets today, you must start looking at them through the 5 factors. So, am I happy that Intel is working out, quote unquote? Yes, but it's far more interesting to me that we now have a basis for judging what we should be looking at, and it actually is the 5 factors. We didn't know for sure. We felt this was the answer, and now after MP Materials, after Intel, next will be the drone manufacturers that we're going to take into. This is going to be the way the world is going to develop in a deglobalized world. So what do you think? Tell me in the comments, and like and follow, and thank you for following.